Spire Media here. This is one of the first Zoom things we've ever done in my life, video things. I mean, no introduction for this lad. Jack, what have you been doing in lockdown before we get started and what you're planning to do for the NHS?
Obviously during lockdown, it was apparent that the charity football game wouldn't obviously be able to go ahead. So I thought about doing something else for charity because I'm a big charity man. And everything the NHS are doing for everyone during this current pandemic is just unbelievable. So I thought if I mix the two things in what I'm doing, bored in lockdown, I enjoy making music, I enjoy listening to music, and why not mix the two and make some music for obviously the NHS. So yeah.
And what have you been doing in lockdown to keep yourself sane? To be honest with you.
Just making music, and I've probably been on Xbox more times than I have in the past 15 years.
Talk about it.
It's just keeping your mind. It's mind over matter, really. I think that's what people have kind of got to realise. It's easier said than done, but I know it's difficult. But I keep exercising. I keep trying to keep fit and healthy. But that's it, really. Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty similar to me. I've been just using the video game, just playing Warzone. To be honest with you, I've not really kept fit at all. Been on one bike ride, my thigh started to hurt, so I'm not doing it. So it's one of these where you're just trying to find something to do. Do you know what I mean? A lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of Call of Duty being played. So this music thing you're doing. Music's always been a bit of a passion for you, hasn't it? I know when we first met you, was into being a DJ, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean that's where it all kind of started. Really, I'd DJ at people's house parties back in school, and we used to have parties and stuff. And or if not, I was always the designated playlist maker on a car journey, or if I didn't bring my stuff to parties. So it just started from that, and I came across this software, and I'm like, I've got nothing to be doing. Lockdown, just why not give it a go? Nothing too serious yet, but just make music, just keep people entertained during this, and myself entertained, and obviously, like I said at the start, making money.
Yeah, making money. So making money, what do you mean by that? You were putting a set of Just Giving page up for this, or?
So it's coming out my own self. So I put one of my first page. I put out that certain likes, views raise money, so it'll go on that. But this is an exclusive. I've just finished making an album, and that'll be going out on iTunes on the 12th of May.
Really?
And Spotify. So obviously download through that. I'll make sure that everything goes from that to the NHS. So that's something big, and yeah.
Any inkling on what how many songs there is, album names, song names, some of the songs?
Yeah. So on this one, there's only 5. But I say there's only 5, but it's a mixture actually. It's kind of like how many genres I could get into one album. So like the first one is just one of the songs is just like trance. It's just like 3-4 minutes of a beats, and for people like me, that's sort of a pre-drink song sort of vibe. That I like that one. Another one is sort of rocky emo is another bit of music I like. It's kind of like Bring Me the Horizon sort of vibe with that one. And then there's a rap, and then the last 2 were just sort of EDM, your classic chart dance music. So yeah, there's a lot in there, and I thought by doing them genres, some people like myself are more into sort of rock. They might like that song more than they do the rap or the EDM, but with a mixture, it pleases everyone.
Yeah, myself, I'm more of a rock guy as well. People singing these songs then?
Yeah, so the only one that they don't have songs on is the trance one. But to get singers, it's quite easy with what I do. I'll write the song out, and people just contact me and say, look, I'm happy to do this song. And then you just go off the sort of vocals they give you if they match the song, and that's how I do it.
Is there any artists you'd like to give you a bit of shout out for helping you out with some songs?
There's one called Dino. He's been brilliant. He's on the rap one. He just give a couple of vocals. But some of the others, fair play to them, they want to kind of remain unnamed. It's not like I have to feature them on the songs, but I am collabing with quite a few at the minute. trying to get I'm coming with some other DJs that will obviously give me some good beats as well. And obviously to get a song on iTunes with some DJs who only maybe put the stuff on YouTube or Facebook, it's good for them as well. And I don't really think some people knew how to put stuff on iTunes, whereas I did. So it was just a pretty straightforward thing.
How did that come about then on iTunes? How did you make that happen?
Yeah, so there's an app. I say it now, but I can't remember the name for it. But there's basically an app where they kind of act as your producers, and you basically send them your music, and they just send it out to Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you want to put it out. So it's literally just that. You upload the file, and it goes out on that. Obviously, there's much more to it.
Yeah. So it's the clock in the background.
No, it's all right, man. Obviously, there's much more to it. Like, you can't have, obviously, copyrighted music, so I can go out and use a Drake song or whoever. So I had to make sure everything was from scratch, or the beats I did use were copyright free. So obviously they do the background checks, and when everything's sorted, they put it out for you.
That's good. How do you make your music then? How do you do it yourself?
So yeah, I've got two things. I either do a software on my laptop, which for me I like, but it's kind of more difficult and touchy to deal with. Or there's an app I use on my phone called Music Jam, which is amazing. To say it's on the phone, you wouldn't think any different. Literally, if, for example, if Justin Bieber used a beat off of Music Jam, no one would realise, because it's just that high up, and you can get different packs on there where you've got different sort of beats, vibes. And it's just a lot easier for myself. I think it's easier just to get your phone out and put beats on, rather than being on the laptop and having to drag different sort of stuff into right places. So yeah, it's just a lot easier.
And before, obviously, you was thinking about doing I think it was a 24-hour DJ stream, was it?
Yeah, so yeah, that was it. It was on a Friday night. It was 6 till 8. Literally about 5 o'clock, my laptop actually crashed. So then it was saying that it restarted for like 3-4 hours. So I just thought I'd call it off. But I'll try and reschedule that. But if people are liking this music, I'll just keep putting that out for people. And it might just, if people just have something to look forward to, like Thursday, the new song will be out.
Yeah.
If people have something to look forward to, might make time pass quicker. And obviously, as well as making money. So,
what are you doing on the journalist side of things? Because obviously that is what you want to go into. What have you been doing on the journalist side of things on lockdown?
So I've obviously got my final major project at college still to be done. I'm quite on top of that. I think I've done 5 out of the 6 stories, which I always get ahead of time with things like that. And teacher Sam, he's always on people's backs to try and get things done. So I've been doing that, but I've got uni set up in September. Just done all my accommodation for that. That's finally been sorted, so it's a massive relief now. And I'm just looking forward to starting in September.
And Long Eaton Ladies, how's that going? Obviously, you're doing some media for them as well.
Yeah, so I'm just putting stuff out for them. But it's weird. So I've never actually met anyone at the club. I've never even met the manager because of obviously this pandemic going on. So I was obviously buzzing to start the approach Chesterfield for me and myself. But I've never met any of the players apart from when Chesterfield have played him. But I still not spoke to him. But I remain in contact with John all the time. He's been brilliant. I'm in a WhatsApp group with the players, which is something I didn't have before. He set me up with a tracksuit immediately, which, it's another thing that made me feel massive part of the football club. And obviously also the tweets that they put out acknowledging my stuff. So it's a huge confidence booster. And that's no disrespect to the Chesterfield Ladies. I enjoyed thoroughly working with them. And one day I might be back there. Who knows?
So maybe you go back at one point. You would say. Like I say, it's a project on and up as well. I look back at it now and probably should have been a bit more careful leaving, but it's one of them where you look at it and you'll probably be back in the future. Would you say? I think it's massive in a few years.
Open. Yeah, Mike always said the door's back open. But to be fair, I think in that time they might start giving that a paid role, which I'm still open to, but I like to keep it a bit casual. I know we were serious when we did it, but I think if they are big in the future, then that's fair enough. Long Eaton on the same side have got massive plans. Obviously, the higher division up. They play at their own ground. It's home to them. They've got state-of-the-art training facilities. So yeah, they are kind of on par. But I see where you was coming from with the future thing. But who knows? Long Eaton they might be in the same division sometime.
Was that a difficult decision leaving the ladies?
It was. But I think when I'm talking like I've just signed a pro contract here, but when John kind of sold everything, it kind of makes sense. I think we did it 1.5, 2 years.
Yeah.
And I think at a young age, being 18, I think to have that sort of thing on your profile is unbelievable.
Massive, yeah.
And to say I've worked with 2 women's football clubs, obviously it's better than one. And yeah, I think that was the only reason I did it for. Sort of, I know everything was becoming recurring. I know I still enjoyed it, but I think I just kind of knew everything that were happening, and maybe I wasn't being a little closer to the football club as I am with what I am with Long Eaton. So, for example, being able to be in a group chat with the players, getting the sort of gym membership you've set me up with, obviously the tracksuit. And obviously another thing is having full access to the full media side of things. And I think that was again massive. When he said, when you have everything, again, no disrespect, huge respect for Chesterfield, but when he's saying, you can do interviews, you can do photographics, you can do everything, that just sold it really.
Yeah, and you spoke about the charity match earlier. We'll move on from the ladies for now. You spoke about the charity match earlier. You said next year. Is there a possibility if this coronavirus thing clears up towards the end of June, July, that it could be a match later on the year?
Yeah, so I think in terms of it being June, July, September, it probably would be a no, because I think if the coronavirus thing lifted, I think we had too much in place to sort of be able to just go, yeah, we'll get it back to normal again. Possibly like we did last year in October, November, but maybe it might go sort of the all-weather pitch sort of thing then, maybe like you play at Shirebrook. But then again, it would just be a conversation I'd have to have with, because I work with some promoters for getting it sorted. I'd have to talk to them whether it'd just be better to kind of get it bigger, much bigger for next year. And I think some of the plans I've actually put in place or sort of wrote down to have next year, I think it would be well worth the wait.
Can you talk about some of them or some of the plans you had this year?
Yeah, so obviously this year we wanted to get some celebrities down. I say celebrities like that, town players,
local heroes,
Chesterfield legends. We like Tommy Lee, we had Conor DeMaio, some former Chesterfield youth players coming down. Zach Brunt from Sheffield United, he's massive. That was one thing. That was probably the biggest change. I think the opponents we were set to have was the Chesterfield legends. I know Nicky Truman was going to try and sort that out. That was another big thing. But, the sort of plans we have for next year is, I know someone who works closely for Rotherham United and also Derby, who I think Rotherham put it out last season where you can actually rent their pitch. It's not too bad price. But what my idea was, if we kind of got Rotherham, I know it's a long way away, but this is in terms of plans. Myself and my dad know some bus companies. We also know Wayne, who works for Chesterfield Ladies. And we sort of charged the bus journey, which included the ticket, obviously to get into the ground, but they'd pay £10, £15. That would go straight to charity as well, because the bus drivers would do it out of their own back. We know that. So £10, £15 they'd pay, and that'd be sort of a day out for them. They'd be able to go on the bus to the game. It'd be sort of like an away day travel sort of scenario. And I just thought that'd be quite good. Obviously playing at Rotherham, New York Stadium is unbelievable for everyone. Yeah. It's a massive step up. And obviously people who want to drive, they can. We just set something up where they just pay normal charge to get in. So, yeah.
It's part of the dream for the charity match, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously being a Chesterfield fan. I have played there before, but when I was little, and they did used to do the summer camps where you got to play in the pro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to play there. But yeah, obviously there's Rotherham, there's Derby, that are all options. But being a Chesterfield fan, it would be a dream to get it there, and I think then I would actually play.
Yeah, we'll go back to Chesterfield in a minute. We'll just talk about ladies again. For your journalism, because now you're going to uni now, what is the journalism you're wanting to go into? Is it music? Is it football? Is it women's football? Because I know you're branching into a load of stuff now, which is great. It's giving yourself a variety.
Yeah. So what my tutor at college always said, Sam, is when I first went, it was football journalism. He said the best thing to do is widen that. So from football, I widened it to sport journalism. That means I could be interviewing Lewis Hamilton one week, Tiger Woods the next. I'm not a golfing fan, but it's still something, you do. So, for example, when if I've wanted to report on boxing, I don't specifically know how to report on boxing, but you sort of learn, like we kind of did with the ladies. So I know its match reports are the same, but it was different to writing a match report for the first team compared to the ladies. But obviously after that, I changed to multimedia journalism. That covers a range of things from there. So if I've got a degree in journalism, I could work for BBC Sport, or I could be obviously doing politics sort of thing. So I just wanted to widen everything, just so I weren't pinned down to, the three people in a room. I've only got sport journalism, they've got multimedia and everything. I probably won't get that job. So it was just broadening my horizons and, thinking of what to do.
Clever, yeah. So if you had to choose for one thing you wanted to go into, I know you were saying multimedia, what is the thing you would say you would go for?
So I'd love to do something in football, whether it be, if this counts as journalism, but commentating. I've always been massive on commentating. I commentate, I get too overexcited when I play FIFA. I'm commentating on that. And that's where everyone started. Everyone's like, you're good at it, And I love doing it. So that's my dream job, to commentate for, a Sky Sports game or, something like that. So I'd love to do that.
Are you nervous about going to uni, especially that far out? Because you probably, the more I know, you're not going to know anybody there, are you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I was keen to kind of get started on knowing people. So I'm already in the group chat with my flatmates. I've already got to know every one of them, which is a good start. But other than that, I'm not necessarily nervous, because I'm a person who loves a fresh start. I know my parents might not like me saying that because I'm far away from home, but the sort of me not knowing everybody and getting a new start is kind of in my comfort zone. That's something I like, and I think I'll thrive on. So I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm more excited than nervous. But if I hadn't have probably met or been in a group chat with my, fellow college mate, mates in the accommodation, then it might have been a different scenario. But
when did you meet them, by the way?
Meeting come out wrong. I've obviously got them in a group chat. That's the only thing. But I was saying that I have met a few of them on the open day. That is from a call, but they aren't in my accommodation. But that's still not a bad thing. Everyone was sound when I went there, and I think the main worry was the accommodation. But I'm in a group chat. We're talking pretty much every day, and it's just a good start.
Yeah, and we'll go back to Chesterfield FC now. Have you been keeping up with it much? Because I've not really seen you at games for a while, even before the coronavirus.
Yeah, no, I was heavily in work.
Yeah.
I was just trying to earn money, and unfortunately, I was working on a Saturday. But I do keep up. I like to read people's comments on sort of who they want to stay, and if they think Pembrokeshire should get the job and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do keep on. I'll always be a Chesterfield fan whether I'm not at games. For example, so I'm at Northampton. I'm still trying to get to some games. Maybe if they play Northampton in FA Cup, that'd be perfect. So yeah,
that would be class.
I do keep touch. Yeah.
And if it was up to you, would you have John Pemberton in charge next season?
Yeah, we have a lot of discussions about this on Xbox. I think Pemberton would be a no risk sort of appointment. I think the players do enjoy working with him. I think the fans, love him. I say love him, but that's sort of been the worry in the past. Some managers have sold themselves to the fans, and it's not worked out. But I think for me, Pemberton, if he got the job, I would still have the same sort of reaction as if he didn't. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's all right. Or as Sam Cooper was saying, that's all right then. Yeah, yeah, right. That'd be my sort of, verdict on that one.
So you've had 2 years at Sheffield College. What's the highlight of those 2 years? Because it's coming to an end. Looks like you're not going to go back there.
Yeah, my mate said it's something quite upsetting. I always pick two of them up and drop pretty much everyone off on the way home. And he said that the last time was at college. That might be the last time we ever see each other for a long time. Kind of a bit deep, that, because I think that way, in terms of being as a whole, that is my highlight. Being able to sort of drive to college with them.
It's here again.
I know. Drive to college with them and take them home with the music on, and we have a good laugh. But just sort of the discussions and sort of the fun things we've had.
Yeah, I suppose when you go to college with fellow JLM students, their contacts and like friends you've got in the industry for life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think my worry was not being able to keep in contact with the boys I met at college. But after discussions, they've said they're not really going to go anywhere, and they'll be up for coming up to Northampton. And yourself said you'll do that. Sort of my mates.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, thank you for your time, Jack. Anyway, we're going to let you go. But yeah, it's great what you do with it. Actually, before we go, can you give me a target for your music thing?
I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably, in my new song on Thursday, let's try and get 250 views on that. It's not a lot, but I think 250 views. And I'm also, with that, I'm going to start a giveaway for that one. I'll announce more when that song comes out. It'll be 6 p.m. tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. It's a song for me. This is quite personal, and I think people will have the same sort of. Everyone will always have had this sort of scenario in their life, so that's why it's personal to me. This is quite a recent personal thing. What I wrote a song about. So yeah, I hope people can notice that, and I look forward to it.